Why do you do it?
Um, First off, I mean, it was just something that, we thought of as a team, to come together. Uh, I mean, something, with, every team, you're always going to have your ups and downs, but for us, it's something that, we feel that could definitely bring us closer, on and off the court.
How did you guys, was it your idea?
Yeah.
What was the reaction when the guys first, because I mean, as a teaching point for kids, it speaks volumes.
Yes. Well, I mean, I actually got it from, it was a couple years ago. The Seattle Seahawks actually did it, and I saw Richard Sherman do it. They were nicknamed, the Legion of Boom. And, that, definitely brought them together as, defensive backs, and their defense, really came together off that. And it was something that I thought that, could be implemented with us, something that can, bring us closer together. Yes, I think so.
How do you think your team has responded to the Michigan State loss?
I mean, of course, we wish that we would have came out of that game, being victorious. But for us, I mean, now, it's back to the drawing board. Our focus now is, to, get ready for practice and get ready for tomorrow to play Grand Canyon.
If you could grant your team one lesson learned from that game, what would it be?
Eliminate mistakes. I mean, of course, you're going to have mistakes in every game, but try to at least minimize the mistakes that we make, in every game.
After 6 games, just take stock of where you guys are. I mean, I think you've surprised some people, although you may not have surprised yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've surprised ourselves in some aspects as well. But, I mean, having a young team, us, that's something that we can't keep on using as an excuse because as the season goes on, we tend to, we would like to get better. So for us, it's just like I said before, minimize mistakes, trying to learn from them. And whatever we, made a mistake in last game, let's, try not to make the same mistake in the next one.
How do you convey a sense of urgency to younger players?
I really think that starts in practice, and not even really with the younger players, but even some of the older players like myself, Trey, Mango. I feel that, for us, if we, lead by example, then I think that that's something that for them would, they would, in a sense, show more urgency. If we're, hustling or we're, talking, then I think that something like that starts from the top and goes down. So, the coaches can, say, everything and, prepare us. But as players, we need to be the ones that are out there and show the example because the coaches aren't out there on the court with us. They're just instructing us and putting us in, the right places, in the right positions. But for us, it's the players. And I think that the leadership should come from within the players.
Trey was just saying that when you guys watched the film yesterday and were looking at the blown defensive assignments, that there was a lot of yelling going on. I mean, what was that experience like for you in that room?
Well, I mean, fortunately enough, before I came here, my previous coach did a lot of yelling as well. So, I mean, of course, not in a bad way, but of course, just the yelling stuff. I mean, that's going to happen. But, you more so have to listen to what he says and not how he says it. And that's really, just how it is as a player, whether you're a freshman or a senior. You have to learn to understand what the coach is saying and what the message that's being sent rather than the tone that is being said in.
In terms of closing out games, what can you guys do differently? What are some of the things that you're not doing as well as you need to do in the future?
Well, I mean, this was, the last game was, our first, major test. But for us, I think, we have to come together. We have to understand and, of course, execute. But that all starts on the defensive end. For us, I mean, as, you guys who all seen the game, we had a lot of mistakes on the defensive end. And we were trying to outscore them on offense. I mean, offensively, we're fine. But defensively, I feel like we have to make sure that we hone in and, focus on what we need to do.
It's your first time through here at 6 games in. What's been different than you expected it to be, and anything what's been harder or easier than you thought it would be?
With a season like this, I mean, the season it's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So for us, I mean, from myself, it's just learning to continue. What can I do to not only make myself better, but make my teammates better? And I think for the rest of the team, it's just taking it all in stride. Understanding that even though we have one loss, this isn't the end of our season. We have to continue to go out there, compete, and show what type of team we are. Whether wherever they have us at the rankings, ranked to unranked, we can't even pay attention to that. We just have to go out and play.
older guys in a sport that's gone younger and younger seemingly, just as a broad brush. Do you see advantages to having come back and being in this position, as well as Trey? What are some of the things, if you feel that way, that are advantages compared to seeing some of the younger guys?
Being able to stay in college longer. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys that have gone one and done or two and done, and their careers may not be panning out as well as they thought. I'm pretty sure they probably would take those extra couple years back. But definitely, just enjoying enjoying everything, and enjoying the whole entire ride. For Trey and myself, even have this opportunity to, play at this level and be at this school, be a part of this community. We're grateful for it, but that doesn't stop there. Of course, we want to leave here with a significant impact.
Do you feel it on the court in terms of strategy or seeing the floor differently, or just the subtle rhythm to the game and knowledge that maybe the younger guys don't have just because you have had successful experience?
Yes, definitely. Being out there and understanding the game flow, I think that's one of the major keys of being a basketball player. Understanding what your strengths are as a player and understanding what the other team will give you. So for the younger guys, I think that for them, watching film definitely helps them more. For a lot of us older guys, we've been through those film rooms, study film a lot differently. But I think that that's something that if we encourage a lot of the younger guys in order to study film, then I think that could help them out.
Study film of your own mistakes, or you study film of your opponents, or what's the
both? For instance, studying how the other team plays defense. So let's say if they hedge out really hard, then that you can talk to your teammates and be like, all right, if they do this, then how can we counteract with something else?
Looking at it now in retrospect, does it feel like the Puerto Rico trip put you guys in a position where this would be maybe January for a lot of other teams in terms of how far along they are?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. The Puerto Rico trip did help us out a lot, but for us, we have 9 new guys, I believe, and a lot of us haven't really played together. So the Puerto Rico trip was definitely what we needed for this summer. But I think that for us, once the college season starts, that's a whole different grind. That's a whole different beast, rather than international tour.
One more.
In terms of a philosophy of this team right now, or a personality, is defense driving everything you do, and if so, in what ways?
Personally, I don't think it is. I think it should, but I don't think it is. But of course, I feel that I'll take responsibility for that as one of the leaders. I should go out there and lead by example for a lot of the younger guys. But in order to be successful in, not even this league, but, to give ourselves a chance in the tournament in March, we have to play defense. Defense wins championships. So for us, defense is definitely a focal point, as well as communication.